Okay, this video is going to be shot a little differently because I'm going to be using my cell phone here to kind of record my screen and then show you guys what I'm doing for some of the chapter 3 where we're trying to boot into a USB drive. Alright, so let me turn this around here. Okay, the first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that our target drive is formatted as FAT32. So my target drive is going to be this old USB drive, and that is on my machine. It's my H drive. So I've got it already if I go to the properties, and I can see the file system is FAT32. If it was not already FAT32, what I could do is I could go into here, and then I could go to Format. Okay, and then so the option to format comes up, and then you can select what file system you want. And so your instructions for what we're doing in this hands-on project again ask you to format as FAT32. All right, there we go. Alright, so we have our drive formatted. And if I didn't already have that set, then I would click start, but I already have it formatted. Okay, so that's how you have your drive physically connected and formatted. Over here, I have my bootable Linux drive, and then we'll get to that in just a second. Okay, now we're going to get to see a little bit of my mess I have here. So I have my old computer here that I work on. This is my bootable flash drive. I'm going to turn it on and let's see if I can get over here. So select the boot device. So again, I am booting to one of these USBs. I think it's this one. So we'll try this one and we'll see. It's looking good. So I'm booting again into that Ubuntu 16.04 that I showed you a moment ago. Okay, and so I'm just doing this as a live CD, so let me try. If I wanted to install it, I would select install, but again, I'm not installing. Let's look and see if we can see what discs are mounted. Look at our disk, and let's see what it's found. So there's a 240 gigabit. I think that's my SSD. Is a 500 gig, a 400 gig, and 3 terabyte, 2 terabyte. That I think is actually what this OS is. And here is what we were calling my H drive a moment ago. All right, so this is our target. We can see the file system here is FAT32. All right, that's what we want. And we see that with this version of Ubuntu, it automatically mounted my drive, whether I wanted it to or not. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. Okay, so now let's open a terminal. So go right here. And if you're looking through your textbook, I think it tells you to log in as root. But this is a live CD, so I don't think there is a root account on this version of Linux. Instead, I'll just have to use sudo each time. Alright, so first we want to see which drives are on here. So I need to go fdisk, and for me to get, I don't know if you saw that, I just actually typed fd and then everything else popped up there. The way I do that is, so again, I type D, and if I hit tab, nothing happens yet. If I hit it twice, it gives me the options of things that it could likely be. And so if I keep going and write DIS and then hit tab, it'll go ahead and finish the word for me. So that's just kind of a little shortcut. So sudo fdisk l. I don't think it's going to ask me for a password because we're on this live CD. Okay, cool. Alright, so now, again, list out all of those devices. And I need to figure out which is my target. So if I look at the size here, it's not this one, it's not that one, it's not that one. It could be this one, 1.9, or it could be this one, 2. This one's FAT32, W95. I think it's this one right here, SDF1. So I think you can see that, yeah. Okay, so that's going to be our target, SDF1. Alright, so let's try this. Sudo fdisk, and then dev SDF1. I believe that was the disk we were just looking at. Alright, so it says, welcome to fdisk. Changes will remain in memory only until you decide to write them. Be careful using the write command. Alrighty. Let's see if we can determine if there are any partitions by typing in P. And we can tell. Yep. Let's see. So we have a couple of different partitions here. If we haven't previously made our partition that we're looking at, this physical drive, if we hadn't previously made it into FAT32 using our Windows OS, then we could do this here in SDF1, and we could execute that, but we're not looking to change anything right now because I want to keep the data that I have on here right now in case I need to use it for something else. Typed in sudo dd input file dev sdf1 split 30, and then use numbers instead of letters. Let's see what it does. Okay, so it took a while, but after the end, we should see something records in, records out like this. Now we should be able to see our different segments, and because we use the -D, instead of having like you have in your text AA, AB, AC, we should have numbers. So let's see what we get. Yeah, so we see the, you see them going in order here. All right. So that gives us a list of the raw images that were created from the DD and the split command. All right, and from there you can move to the next step. Thanks.